Good afternoon, members of the group. My name is Kristy Mickelsen. I'm an author, a podcast host, and an advocate for causes such as cancer, autism, lupus awareness, and suicide awareness and prevention. We created this group to let you guys know a few things about an upcoming fundraiser we're going to be doing in September. But also, we created this group for people to have a safe place to discuss suicide, to discuss the people they've lost, and to discuss the statistics. I'm sorry, I have a little bit of a throat issue here and I'm stuttering a little bit, but to discuss the statistics and things that we may not know about suicide. This is a safe place, so feel free to post things into the group. But please remember, some words may still upset other people, so please watch how you word things. Let's have some sensitivity to the subject. Now, let me tell you why I have been putting together this fundraiser and working with a bunch of different colleagues to hopefully make this fundraiser go well. Let's start with I've lost a lot of people in my life to suicide. One of them was my cousin, who I loved very, very much. Her name was Cheryl. And when I was younger, I used to look up to Cheryl because she had a musical ability to her and she would do all these children's songs. And she gave me that same love that she had for music and for teaching children through music. And I became a state preschool teacher many, 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 many years ago. And I used to work with special needs kids because of my love of music and movement and puppetry that I gained from my cousin Cheryl. But we lost Cheryl in 2006 to suicide. I also, when I was 15 years old, I had dated a man, or a young man, for 3 years, and his name was Donnie, and he was my very first love. I was madly in love with this guy. And when we broke up, it tore me apart. And he went through some things too, and we lost him to suicide in 1998. And then a few years later, my dad was diagnosed with cancer. And when he passed away, I was gutted. I was horribly, horribly upset. But one of the people that helped get my mind off of that was a guy named Stan, and he was paralyzed, and I was one of his caregivers. And he helped me get my mind and my anger and my hurt and my depression away from all those feelings that I felt when my dad died. But shortly after, he was in so much pain that we lost him to suicide as well. And that was in 2016. And then fast forward many years, both of my kids are autistic. They are on the autism spectrum. They are young adults now, but throughout their lifetime, they've dealt with bullying from kids. They've dealt with bullying from adults that didn't know any better. They have had a lot of hard losses in their life. And my son had been dealing with depression for a long time that I never really knew about until a couple of years ago. And he had begun to get bullied again in his adult life when he tried to do some things for himself. He tried to better his life by trying to chase after his dream. And there was a person who put him down and called him names. And my son took it very hard because during this time he was just tired of being bullied. And he went through some suicidal thoughts. Suicide has affected my life in many ways. I've lost too many people. And I had a son who thought about it. So suicide awareness and prevention is very important to me. It is something that, it's not just something I do. This is a personal mission for me. My mission is for me to be the voice for people that maybe don't have a voice for themselves. And if I have to go from state to state and do whatever I can to help others have a voice or to help others have the resources for the help they need, then that's my plan. So this fundraiser, when I first planned it, when I first dreamed it, when I first put it together, was a little more different than what it's coming out to be. My vision was that it was going to be like the Stand Up to Cancer events, where you have all these bands and all these comedians, and they get together and they perform, and all the money raised goes to Stand Up to Cancer. It goes to a cancer association. It goes somewhere to help cancer patients. Well, my vision was the same. I wanted bands and comedians and everybody that I can think of to get together, forget about what they were going to make money wise, forget about what they could get out of it, but to get together and to help other people by using their talent, which is their gift, their natural gifts, to help others. Now, I'm not going to have as many people as I would like. We don't have the venue space, everything, but we do have a band that has agreed to perform. We do have several people that has agreed to come and help out with this fundraiser. So let me explain the fundraiser a little bit better. On September 13th of 2025, which is just about 5 months away, I am going to drive myself and my family up to Woodbridge, New Jersey. Now, I'm in Texas, so that's a 25-hour drive. And I'm going to drive my family up to New Jersey. We are going to be holding a fundraiser at the Elks Lodge in Woodbridge, New Jersey, located at 665 Rahway Avenue, Woodbridge, New Jersey, from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. We will have a live band. We will have food. We will have beer and wine and sodas and water, and we will have an auction where you can bid on items. And some of these items are pretty nice items. One of them is a 50-inch TV. One of those items is a designer crossbag body purse from Karl Lagerfeld. One of those items, well, I think it's 2 items actually, but I think there's 1 or 2 items from David Marciano from National Geographic's Wicked Tuna. He's assured me he's going to be sending me some autographed t-shirts for us to auction off. And we are currently still gathering items that we can auction off to help us raise funds. So we're going to have food, we're going to have dancing, we're going to have music, we're going to have an auction, and we're going to have some small business vendors like my merchandise table for my books and my t-shirts and my hoodies and all the stuff that I sell because I'm an author and a podcast host. I will have a booth there selling my stuff. I believe we have another author coming that's going to be selling some of her stuff. We have my mother who sits and crochets hats and beanies. For every fundraiser I do, she's going to be selling some of her hats and beanies and maybe some homemade salsas. And so Rita's Gifts of Love will be at the fundraiser. And we have some other people that might be doing some fundraising tables. We have some guest speakers. One of them's coming in from California. And I know a lot of people are saying, if we're going to have a night of live entertainment, we don't want too much guest speakers. But the guest speakers are only going to be speaking 10 minutes in between each break with the band. So we'll have 10 minutes of guest speakers telling us their experience with suicide and how they might have lost someone, or maybe they thought about it themselves. We have people coming in from Ohio. We have somebody coming in from Connecticut. So this is a fundraiser that a lot of people are getting together and helping each other, and not for money. It's for the goodness of just doing it and knowing you're out there trying to help other people. I mean, what good is it if we have all this talent, but we don't use it for the good of helping people? So all these wonderful people, including my producer for my podcast, Billy Dees, he will be our MC for the night. He's coming in from Ohio. One of our guest speakers, like I said, is coming from California, and that's Maria Humphreys. And then and a lot of people know her. She's very popular on the Twitter platform, the X platform, Twitter platform. Nino's in Connecticut. This is his second time he'll be speaking, but he's a wonderful person and very loved in our community as well. We want to raise funds for the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention New Jersey chapter. And let me explain how I got from Texas to going to New Jersey to hold a fundraiser. Back in April, I did a promo tour with another author Kat Satava, and I did a promo tour with a musician, Megan Story, and we went to New York, and then from New York we went over to New Jersey. During my time during that promo tour, I met a lot of wonderful connections. Some of you guys that are local to New Jersey, you might already know Don Cerrone, Wayne Jordan, wonderful people that Wayne owns Bubba Coos Burritos, who is one of our top sponsors, by the way. And Don is just amazing, amazing. And they connected with me and they're all, why don't you do a book signing over here at Bubba Coos? And so I did. And while I was doing that book signing, I created some wonderful connections and I fell in love with New Jersey. So I decided for my very first time moving my charity work, because I do a lot of charity work in Texas, and my plan is to do my charity work all over the world. I was going to start with the wonderful state of New Jersey because I loved it so much. That's how a person in Texas is going to New Jersey for this fundraiser. I am taking my own personal money, my own time, and going to New Jersey to hold this fundraiser so that we can raise funds for the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. Every single inch of funds that night, except for a couple dollars from each of our vendors. You know, each vendor, I would like them to donate a couple dollars to the fundraiser, but the rest they get to keep. All the money raised from ticket sales, which is $50 per ticket to get in, everything. Money raised from the ticket sales, from personal donations for all of you that cannot make it. Anything that gets donated to this is all going to the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention New Jersey chapter. And if this fundraiser right here goes well, I can take it to other states in the years following. So next year, like if this one goes well, then next year I will plan a different state and grow upon it and do it all over again. So I'm really hoping that all of you can help us make this fundraiser the best that it can be. It is its first time being built. It is the first time we're doing something like this. The name of our fundraiser is going to be called Luminescence, Shining a Light on Suicide Prevention and Awareness. During the night, at one point, we will have the band singing the song Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton. And at one point, we will ask that if you have lost someone to suicide, you purchase a little flameless candle from us for $1 and you light that candle. And we're going to have the middle of the room or a place in the room lit up by flameless candles during that song. And that is our moment to love and appreciate and honor the people that we lost. I'm going to be lighting 6 of those candles because I've lost 6 people in my life due to suicide. The rest of the night, we will have different little ways of shining a light on suicide prevention. Like I said, some of our guest speakers will be talking to you about their experience, things that maybe they didn't recognize the signs, or maybe it was a woman that was going through postpartum depression, or maybe it was a good friend, or in my case, maybe it was an ex-fiance or someone that I was caregiving for. We will have music and our guest speakers, and like I said, our auction. We will have food. You get 1 free plate of food with every paid admission. And then, of course, you'll have beer sales, wine sales, soda. There will be a table with baked goods, so you get some candy and donuts or whatever. Now, all of that is extra, like, you know, a couple dollars extra. But it's well worth it. We really want to raise as much as possible to help the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. Now, some of you might be wondering, where does this money go? What exactly is it used for? Well, when we hand over the money to the American Suicide Prevention New Jersey chapter, it goes kind of 80-20. 80% of that money goes to education, research, materials that they need for the education in order to educate people on how to talk to people, how to put together trainings, how to run the call centers. Everything that we're earning money for will be used to help people in crisis. There's a lot of places that are still in need of more people to handle the phones during those 988 calls. There are places that need more people to be educated on what to look for in schools. There's a lot of things that the money actually goes for. We do not keep any of the money. It will be going to the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, in this case, the New Jersey chapter. And for every fundraiser forward, it'll go to the chapter in each of those states. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, okay, well, I don't live in New Jersey. How can I help? Why am I a part of this group? Again, this group is a place to talk about it. This group is a place where we can post our videos and our pictures of the night, where we can introduce our speakers, where we can talk about our feelings and our thoughts and everything about suicide awareness and prevention and the loss of our loved ones. How you can help is help us grow the page. Help us get the word out to other people on what we're doing. Help us by, in a few weeks here, I'm going to be posting a link where you can donate $5, $10, $20, whatever you can. Help us by donating a couple dollars. If you can, the biggest thing you can do to help us is come to that fundraiser. Enjoy a night of live music. We're going to have music from Jake's Swing and Country Band, and we'll have some country line dancers out there kind of helping us liven up the place. They play all kinds of music. It's not just country, but for the most part it is, but they do no other genres. Like I said, we'll have some vendors and an auction. And like I said, we'll have a 50-inch TV and some designer purses and some autographed things from David Marciano. And I'm in talks with my mentor, Lydia Cornell. She used to play in Too Close for Comfort and many other movies. She's trying to see what merchandise she can give us that's autographed or something to help us out. But we are trying everything possible to make this night not only a good night, but to raise as much funds as possible. There will be many ways you could donate. Like I said, I will be putting up a link where you can send it to the Cash App, you can send it to Venmo, you can send it wherever. But we're also, the main sales will be at the door. It's open to the public. We can really use your help to grow this fundraiser out. So if you're local and you're in New Jersey, September 13th, 6 to 11 p.m., please come down to the Elks Lodge at 665 Rahway Avenue. Pay the $50 entrance fee. Get your free plate of food. Come and enjoy some music and some dancing and an auction and some vendors, and come talk to people. If you're a local business and you just want to sponsor, or if you know someone that would like to sponsor, we do have a sponsorship package. The lowest price is $75 and the highest price is $500. And during those packages, I offer different advertising. Like if you do the $75 package, I will shout your name across my podcast and all of my 55,000 followers across my platforms. If you do a higher package, you get more. You get to be on all the printed promo. You get to be mentioned at the fundraiser. You get to be mentioned in all of our written ads. You get to be on a band. You get all these things. So contact us about those sponsorship packages if you're a local business. And if you can't donate money, maybe you can donate an item for our auction. Or maybe you can tell a friend, and maybe they're a music teacher, and they can donate maybe 1 week of free music lessons playing the guitar or something. Or maybe you're a restaurant and you could donate one free dinner for you and a guest or something. There's ways to help us make this fundraiser a good one. So please, ladies and gentlemen, help us out, help us grow. Take the time to learn about us. We are going to be posting videos introducing ourselves a little bit better. We are going to be posting information about suicide. And on the night of our event, we are going to be posting live segments in here. We're going to be posting pictures in here. We are going to be doing all kinds of things. And we're going to have some parts that are going to go across all of our social media. So everybody that's working the fundraiser that night, it's going to be seen across hundreds of thousands of people, because I myself, like I said, I'm, I don't know, 55,000 if you go across most of my platforms. And my producer, he's got so many thousands, and, all the guest speakers. You're going to get hundreds of thousands of people looking at this stuff. And we'd love to be able to put your name in it somehow or your picture somehow. So come on down to the fundraiser if you can. And if you can't, help us grow the group or donate an item for us to auction or donate 5, 10, 20 bucks if you can. There are ways to help, and we'd really, really appreciate it. And I thank you, everyone that has taken the time to join this group and to listen to the video so far. Now, in the next week or two, we will be having some video introductions to a couple of our guest speakers and our producer, well, my producer and our MC for the night at the fundraiser, Billy D's. I'll hear a little more from myself. And then, like I said, we have some great sponsors already lining up. One of those sponsors is, like I said, Wayne Jordan. He owns Bubba Coos Burritos in Hazlet, New Jersey. He has Avenel, New Jersey, and he has one in Troy, New York. And then we have Dawn Cerrone, who also works at Bubba Coos Burritos, who's helped me build up this group, and she's one of our admin here. And one of our top sponsors is actually my son, the one who he himself had suicidal thoughts a couple of years ago. He has been donating cases of water for the event and donating transportation for all the times I have to go back from New York and New Jersey. He's been a blessing and a rock, and he'll be at the fundraiser too, so you'll get to meet him if you guys show up. Like I said, I'll do a book signing while I'm there. If you guys want any books signed or a t-shirt signed or anything, we will have several ways that you can help us out. Just contact us and we'll tell you what you can do. Thank you so much for listening. Sorry for any mess ups here in the video. I wanted to come on raw, basically no edits, no scripts, no nothing, so that you knew that I'm a real person. This is for a real event. And for those of you that still aren't too sure if they want to donate because they don't know me too well, please do a Google search. I am everywhere on Google. You can find me on all social media platforms. You can find my podcast on all major platforms, podcast areas, including Spotify, Apple Pods, Good Pods. We're everywhere. We are the WWAA podcast. And like I said, please check us out. Our point of contact for the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention is Deanna Broger. She is at the New Jersey chapter. So if you still are unsure, you could give her a call and she can let you know that, yes, we are definitely putting together a fundraiser. All right, everybody, more coming. Keep your eye on the group and we will let you know how you can help. But for now, please help the group grow. Even if you're not in New Jersey, word of mouth helps. And like I said, we're going to be posting videos and pictures, and we're going to be doing this same fundraiser in more states as long as we can pull this one here off and we can learn from it and grow from it from here on out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've rambled enough. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll be seeing you guys real soon.